Well, hello everyone. This is Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor here at Samson Properties, along with my little friend McCardinal, because if you know, you know. Anyway, hey, in this session, we wanted to give you a quick, deep dive, fast dive into business card basics. You may be brand new to Samson and ready to get your business cards ordered, or you may be a brand new agent thinking that you got to go jump out and get your business cards first. But wait, let me walk you through this first. So, over the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to walk you through this, give you some tips and techniques so that you don't make the same mistake that so many others have made before you. So let's go ahead and jump right on in business card basics. So let's make sure we're going to work here. There we go. All right. One of the first things you want to start thinking about is your branding. Now, in Cardinal Nest, Samson University, you can search for logo and identity branding. There is an 8-minute and 23-second video that is going to give you some great tips and insight on selecting a color, what that color means, the emotion that goes along with colors, and some other great things that will help you start your journey in getting your branding and your business cards and everything laid out and taken care of. From there, obviously, you want to make sure that you are selecting a color, hopefully to brand yourself with, and a logo. Now, to pick a logo, it can be anything, preferably real estate related, keys, houses, whatever. You can go on to Pixabay, Pixabay.com. I have no skin in the game on them. They are the go-to source for myself if I need to find an image. Now, these are royalty-free images, and that's what you want to make sure. And again, there's other platforms out there that have royalty-free images. That's the key takeaway. Do not just go to Google, grab an image, and run with it because it may not be licensed for you to use. I know it's crazy. Royalty-free image is what you're wanting. Now, if you're going to be creating a business card through a platform like Canva, those pictures are already approved and are authorized for you to be able to use them within their platform. Okay. All right. So now that you've got your mind going on color and branding, the next step before you order those business cards, so don't do that yet, is you want to make sure that you have set up a business email address. My recommendation is to get a business email address and a domain name from the get-go. Now, if you're going, but I don't even know where to start, we cover all of this in Jumpstart Session 1. So hopefully you will take a moment to go through the Jumpstart Session 1. There are 28, we call them puzzle pieces, that are the foundation of your business that you really need to have in place in order to build on it. And this just happens to be one of them. There are several options. If you are just stuck on what to do, go to my website. I have a slide at the end of this presentation that'll give you my website. You will then go to the Agent Resource Center tab on my website. The first drop-down box is bonus handouts. In there, you will find, I think it's one of the first couple on the list, ideas for a business email address and or domain name. So go check it out, get your thinking cap on. If you want me to take a look at it or give you 2 cents on it, make sure you kick it over to me and I'll be happy to do that for you. All right. So now that you've gotten that done, what is your next step? You're going to design your business card. I always remind our agents, please do not make them gum-worthy. Gum-worthy means that I need something to put my gum in and I'm going to grab the card. So do not make your business card gum worthy for someone. If I had a buck for every time agents got business cards in and then had to throw them away because they were incorrect or a problem with them or they were just bad, I'd be retired and rich on a beach somewhere by now, but I'm not. So this is why I'm wanting to make sure that you get started correctly from the beginning. All right, so let's talk about what needs to go on your card. First off, before you consider ordering and you start creating it, you want to make sure that the font and the font size is clean, crisp, and visible. You want to make sure that what is important that's on your card as well is your name, phone number, email, and the website address that is legible. Now, I know there's all kinds of foo-foo-y fonts and thick, fluffy fonts, but when it's transposed over to a business card, they do not work well. So again, you want to keep that in mind. This is why we say keep them a clean font. That means you've got sharp lines that people are able to see without having to put their glasses on, and it eliminates or lessens the risk of them misreading the phone number or the email address. There you go. All right. Obviously, you need to make sure that you have all your brokerage information on the card as well. It can be, my preference is I'd rather see it across the bottom of the business card, not necessarily front and center in terms of the address and of the office that you're affiliated with. Obviously, you want to proudly display the Samson logo on there as well. That needs to be loud and clear which brokerage you're with as well. At that point, you also want to check the spelling and check the numbers to make sure that they are in fact correct. Now, a lot of agents will list on their card which state or states they are licensed in. If anybody outside of our footprint happens to be catching this and listening to this, there are some states, not in our Samson immediate footprint, that do require agents to have their real estate license number on their business card and everything that they do for marketing. We don't have to do that here yet, but just wanted to throw that out in case somebody outside of our footprint happened to see this. All right, now let's have some fun. And don't come down on these agents. They told me it was okay to use their cards. Let's take a look at what went wrong. What went wrong with this card? Well, first off, her name isn't on there. Second, I would personally would rather see the phone number of her cell and her email up where the address is in the white spot, and the office down at the bottom with the office number down there. Because again, I look at those two numbers and I don't know which one I'm supposed to call first or last. Okay, now this one, what's wrong with this? Okay, we got a crisp font. Again, I would switch where the office address is to her contact information. That's just my personal. But when you look at it and you see it in person, you can barely read her name. Now, beautiful picture. I love it. But in real life, even with my reading glasses on, I still couldn't read her name. Way too small. And her alphabet soup after that took up all that valuable space. Most people do not know what the alphabet soup is, what it means, and not that important to them. But I would have it maybe under your email and your website address. Again, it's a talking point. All right, let's move on. What's wrong with this card? Oh, wait, Samson is spelled wrong. Let's talk about some mistakes and what goes on the back. First off, you never want to leave the back of your business card blank. It's kind of like this. Let me grab one here while we're chatting. If you were to buy a 30-second airtime commercial, you do not have the first 15 seconds of your information and then stop and say nothing for the last 15 seconds of that commercial. That is wasted money, wasted advertising space, and a big mistake. Do not ever leave the back of your business card or flyers or anything like that blank. That is valuable marketing space. You want to make sure you've got a good tagline in there as well. Do not put on the back of your business card a tip calculator. Even worse, do not put a calendar on the back of your business cards. Now, I know there was a time years ago that was a common default. The funny part of it is you hand someone your card, they turn it over to see what's on the back, and there's a 2018 calendar, and it is 2024, 2025. I'm just saying, not a good thing. Don't put a calendar back there. It's useless. Do not put sports schedules or sports information back there, or this. I know, don't shoot the messenger here. That is a common default that a lot of agents, think it's a good thing to put on there. People kind of know that. That is not as beneficial as you think. We're going to give you some tips here in a second of other things that could and should go on the back of your business card. Okay. Now, what's wrong with this business card? Now, I love the color. It pops. She brands all of her stuff with this. But when you look down at the bottom information for contact information in real life, you're looking at it going, you can barely read it because this is what we call a fluffy font. It's pretty, but it's difficult to read. And to have someone with out there reading glasses on that's trying to read it, then the other question that comes up is, okay, there's 2 phone numbers on there. Which one am I supposed to call? Okay, so they've got a couple little things with that one. And yes, she does have information on the back. So there you go. All right, here is one that I think is actually pretty good. Consuelos did a beautiful job in person. These cards are gorgeous. She has branded herself with this pretty light green. And so all of her stuff has the green hue to it. It doesn't reflect well in the slide, but trust me, it is eye-catchy and it is very pretty with the greenery on there and the gold accent on there and the gold key on there. You look at that and immediately know she's a real estate professional. There you have it. Now, her QR code on the back is great because it takes you to her website, but she also has her other social media sites on there. You can clearly see and read her phone number, her email, and her website information as well. I'd make a few tweaks on it when she gets ready to do them again, but all in all, it's not bad. What it is missing is the office in which she's affiliated with or the state in which she's licensed in. So that would be the only comments I'd make on there. This one, again, is not bad at all. Ron did a great job. He is retired military. So obviously he wanted to give it a shout out to that. That creates a talking point. That creates a common connection. Oh, you were in the military? And the person receiving it would maybe say, oh, so was I. So again, it gives a talking point there as well. I love the fact that he played the little nod to the cardinal on top of the roof line there. Again, that's a great little, and again, it's a talking point that is needed as well. Again, it's clearly identified that he is with Samson Properties, which office he is in, and his phone number, email, and website address are clean fonts. They are clean and able to be read. Now, the only thing on this one is he is using a personal email address versus more of a branded business email address. So next time around, that would be the one recommendation that I would make to him on that one. He does have the QR code on there as well. And the back of his card also was done and was done well. All right, here's another one. This is eye-catchy. Denise did a phenomenal job. She put her picture embedded into a frame of a cell phone and then cocked it at an angle to give it some interest. The color accent on this is that kind of soft tealy blue color. It is quite pretty in person. And again, it is very eye-catchy. Again, you have no doubt in your mind that she is a real estate agent. Samson is clearly identified on there as well. The office in which she's affiliated with is very clearly on there as well. And her phone number and her website address, again, are crystal clear on there as well. And yes, she did have other information on the back. But I wanted to share this one because, again, the angle of the photo embedded in the phone, it could be a frame, the color, again, even though her name is in what we call a fluffy font, it is still clearly able to be read. And again, it brings some interest to that. So what's wrong with this one? Nothing. It's Santa, for gosh sakes. Nothing's wrong with Santa, but I had to throw that in there for a little fun and giggle. This is the gentleman that does do Santa in the Fredericksburg area. I happened to see him one day at a restaurant when I was having lunch. And yes, I did pay for his lunch just in case, in case he is real. You just got to make sure you got yourself covered. All right. But anyway, I wanted to have that in there for a little bit of fun. All right. Let's do a quick recap. Business card basics, mistakes. First off, too much clutter, too much on there, missing information, not having a professional photo on there. By the way, that is a consumer protection issue that consumers have the right to have a current photo of the person that they're potentially dealing with. That photo needs to be within the last 5 years. So ladies, those beautiful 1980 glamour shots we all had done. We looked darn good, but yeah, they're outdated. We can't use them. All right. We want to make sure that the font is not too tiny or is hard to read. We kind of talked about that. We've talked about the fact that you want to have branding and color on there. Again, make it of interest, make it pop. You can certainly also add the realtor and the fair housing logo on your cards. Absolutely acceptable as well. On the what not to do is you want to make sure that there is a clear call to action or mission statement tagline on the back. We're going to show you that in just a second. A common mistake, believe it or not, is wrong or outdated information, or it is too salesy or gimmicky in ego marketing. Ego marketing is I'm great, I'm wonderful, I'm professional, I'll do a great job for you. I'm number one in my market, I'm number one in my office, I'm number one on the planet. You want to be careful that you don't go overboard on that. Okay. That is information that I would rather see you have on your website under testimonials than slammed all over the business card. You also too want to make sure you never, ever, ever leave the back side of that business card blank. Okay. Now, let's talk about some quick tips to make sure that it's a better business card. Obviously, you need to have a high quality professional headshot. It needs to be an easy to read font. You want to make sure you've got a strong branding, whether it be an icon, a logo, a color palette that's going to consistently stay with you throughout all of your marketing materials. You want to have a strong call to action. Do not, please say, call me now, because that is probably the worst and most outdated marketing slogan that's out there. They know they can call you because they know that now everybody has a cell phone. We talk about that further at a later time, but a better call to action is, does your home still meet your needs? If it doesn't, let me know. Again, this information along with a deeper dive on your business cards, how to do all these things are all included in Jumpstart Session 1. So I am hoping that once you listen to this, your next step will be to get into Jumpstart Session 1 and get all of these pieces of the puzzle laid out and ready for you. You do want to have a QR code on your business card with a note as to where it's going to go. Scan QR code for my free report or my monthly newsletter, whatever it is you're wanting them to go to your website for. It's better to have it on there, or even just saying QR code will take you to my website. On one hand, yeah, they kind of know it. That's kind of a no-brainer. But in the same token, a lot of times people are hesitant on scanning a QR code that they don't know where it has been directed to. Always, 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 once you create a QR code, always test it before it gets used, because I have seen this happen where they didn't complete one step in creating the QR code. They saved it, didn't publish it, and put it on a business card, and it didn't work. Those business cards were useless. So there's nothing worse than not having those links work. Making a better business card, you're going to make sure that you're using the back side of the business card. Again, that's valuable marketing space, and you want to make sure that you are keeping your branding and color palette consistent throughout all of your marketing pieces. Okay, so those are the do's, those are the don'ts. If you need to email me or want me to take a look at your card before you send it off to print, please feel free to email it to me. It is at lhamilton@samsonproperties.net. Let me make sure I move my little icon here out of the way. My website for you is lynnhamilton.samsonproperties.net. On there, I have created an agent resource center tab for you, our agents. The agent resource tab will have a drop-down box. The first tab that will drop down is bonus handouts. If you are looking for that list of creative ideas of a business email or domain name. I've got probably a list of 20 or 30 in there. Obviously, I've just used my name in there. Obviously, you would change yours and put yours in there as well. But it gives you some ideas and gets you thinking about what you can use and what you should use. Now, at this point, I would always say, do not feel that you need to rush into wasting money. $50 to $100 or more on a set of business cards that are inefficient, don't have the pow and the bam that you're looking for, and you've just wasted your money. I would much rather have you take a breath and pause, go through Jumpstart, get those 28 pieces of the puzzle laid out, completed, and done, because we walk you through, okay, here's a task, stop and do it. Here's the next task, stop and do it. Even if you're a seasoned agent, Jumpstart is designed to walk everybody through. Now, Donnie has often said, if he could make Jumpstart mandatory for all of our agents, he would. That tells you he believes and has seen the value of the classes, but he's also seen the results of those that are taking those classes. So again, it is listen to it, stop and do the task. Once you've gone through it, you will have everything you need to go ahead and get your business cards ready to order. Now, in the meantime, one of the pieces of the puzzle that you can put into place, I would much rather see our agents learn how to quickly download and create the newsletter. You have to add your picture, your name, your email, your website, and your phone number. So again, you've got to get these pieces in place first so that you can't even put it on the newsletter. And I'd rather have you give out a newsletter any day of the week over handing out a business card that is just going to go in the trash or is going to go and have someone's gum stuck into it. The newsletter will stay in their hand and in their possession much longer and be much more valuable in that retention and that marketing component of staying top of mind and being aware that you are there. All right, my friends, that is it. That is the good, the bad, and the ugly, what to do, what not to do. The main thing is to keep in mind, but please, I would highly, 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 highly recommend that you go jump over and get into Jumpstart session 1. It's about an hour class, but you'll be stopping and doing the task, stopping and doing the task, stopping and doing the task. Get through it. Then you are ready to order a phenomenal business card because you now have your logo, you have your branding, you have your business email address, you have your domain name, you have all the QR code, all the other pieces of the puzzle up and ready. Then you can activate it and be ready to run. All right, my friends, that winds down business card basics. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I will look forward to seeing you in class real soon. All right, I'm going to say bye for now. I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye now.